Many people in the United States think of soccer as just an old, boring sport. No one really pays attention to soccer due to all the other major sports that take place in the United States. Did you know what sport is voted the greatest? Do you know what sport is worldwide? That's right, it would be soccer. People don't really give soccer a chance, but when played at the highest level, anyone could appreciate the greatness within soccer. Soccer is an old traditional sport that I recently started watching and really do enjoy, and can say that it is my favorite sport now. This is probably because of the team that I like, which would be Real Madrid CF. This team has its own history just like soccer, and it has been one of the greatest teams, if not the best, since the beginning of the Spanish League soccer. Soccer, one of the earliest forms of soccer in which players kick a ball around in a small field, has been traced back as far as 1004 BC in Japan. And the museum in Germany has a Chinese text from approximately 50 BC that mentions games very similar to soccer that were played between teams from Japan and China. The Chinese kicked a leather ball, hair-filled, and is known with certainty that the game was played in 611 AD in the then Japanese capital Kyoto. How soccer got started. The Romans played a game that somewhat resembled modern soccer. The early Olympic Games in Rome featured 27 men on one side who completely and vigorously that 2/3 of them had to be hospitalized after a 50-minute game. The most popular game on earth, the king of sports, not according to King Edward. In King Edward's reign of England from 1307 to 1327, laws were passed that threatened imprisonment to anyone caught playing soccer. King Edward's proclamation said, "For as much as there is great noise in the city caused by the hustling over large balls, from which many evils may arise, which God forbid, we command that to forbid on behalf of the king, on pain of imprisonment, such game to be used in the city's future." So you could obviously tell that soccer was not really accepted with open arms at this point. Evidently judged to be vulgar and incident, soccer was at times suppressed by the king's sheriffs, who followed royal orders describing the game as unless practiced. The game became so popular by 1800s that in certain annual contests in northern and middle England, large groups roamed and raged through the towns and villages. In 1829, an account of such match of Derbyshire spoke of broken skins, broken heads, torn coats, and lost hats. A record of development of soccer in England shows that Eton College had the earliest known rules in the game in 1815, perhaps implying that until then, chaos was preferred over order. But orderly gradually came the game, and standardized rules known as the Cambridge Rules were adopted by England's major colleges. At first, it was England where soccer was originally banned, and eventually exported modern soccer to every continent in the world today. Undisputedly, soccer is the most watched and played sport in the world, enjoyed by 8 million people. This past World Cup that took place in the United States was watched by an estimated 33 million people around the world for almost 27 days. This makes soccer the most watched single sport event in the world, not surpassed by even the Olympics. This sport is bigger than baseball, football, and basketball combined. Real Madrid. Madrid's history is long and illustrious one. Now in the age of 24/7 television, and players have been elevated to the level of pop stars, not a day goes by where Real Madrid have not been mentioned. With such players as Beckham, Raúl, and Roberto Carlos, it is easy to forget the history behind the club. Like many of today's footballer club Real Madrid history started in the 20th century as a splinter of another club. Originally part of Español de Madrid, Madrid was eventually founded in 1902 and played in the recognized Central Spain League, although from 1905 tournaments took place in which all Spanish teams had an option to compete for Copa del Rey, the King's Cup. In 1928, by virtue of having previously won Copa del Rey and now the title, Real Madrid were asked to join English Spanish League. The real title, meaning royal, has been bestowed upon the league 1920 by the King of Spain. But it's only because they expect to be the best and settle for anything less. With this new investment in Cristiano Ronaldo, the FIFA World Cup Player of the Year 2007, and Kaká, FIFA World Cup Player of 2005, and Xabi Alonso, between all of them, Real Madrid invested over $260 million, using it required Cristiano Ronaldo from Manchester United for the highest transfer rate in the world at $120 million. No other team in the history of sports has paid so much for an individual players, thus the claim Real Madrid wants to buy championships. I say they buy the best in the world because they want to be the best. Okay, any questions?
Why isn't soccer a major sport in the U.S.?
I think soccer isn't a major sport in the United States because we got so many other kind of sports here. We got basketball, baseball, football, golf, tennis, swimming. I mean, other parts of the country, third world countries, you got, what, baseball maybe? Usually soccer, all you need is just a little ball with some air. You got 22 people playing. Everything else takes money to invest, time, and it's just, that's the biggest sport there is now.
Very good. Thank you.
Wow, sweaty, dude.